Hi, welcome to new video. In this video, we'll be making a file management system with Vuejs and Laravel. So this is our new installation of Laravel with npm install already run, and I've set up database and I've run php artisan make auth so that all scaffolding will be in place. Okay, so those are the steps I've already done. Okay, so next we'll include the view component in our home page. So our home page will be inside resources and home.plate. So here I included this example component which already ships from Laravel. This is default template. I haven't created it, and there are default setting files pulling in all required like axios, jQuery, lodash, and it is setting up CSRF token, all basic stuff. Okay, so this example component is defined here as example, and we are including that into our home.plate. So now we have included this in our home.plate, and let's see it in browser. So here it is, view component. Also I'm running npm run watch, so that is running and that is looking for any file changes. And now let's go to example component. Let's rename it. So now let's rename it. Let's name it file upload dot view and change the name here. Okay, so make sure it is working. Yes, it is. So in this panel body we'll create a form. Okay, I just opened this project in PHP Storm. Now here we'll create a bootstrap 3 form. So we don't need action methods, and label will be upload files. So type will be file, and this will be multiple. Okay, so here is our upload form. So now we have our form. Let me explain what the process of uploading file will be. So when someone clicks on upload button and try to include some images, so first let's tackle one image and then we'll handle multiple images. So when someone uploads selects a picture, we need to save this picture as a file object somewhere, and then when someone hits submit, we have to send the image which we saved to our backend. So let's jump into code. So first we need to keep our watcher running. So npm run watch, so that if something changes it will include that change. Okay, so now here so in this input, so let's first remove this multiple, and when someone when this field is file field is changed, so on change will field changed, we'll call this method. So we can remove this form, because if someone hits submit it will just send to server by default if there is form. You can also prevent that action, but it is easier. Okay, so this will be the field change, and let's define that method. Okay, when someone uploads something, it will trigger this method field change. Okay, so when field change, we have access to this event, and let's for instance console log this object, this E. So it will basically have information about file we uploaded. Let's open up console and let's upload this file. So there we go. So we got this event, and inside target, I think so. Inside target, inside files, we have this information about this file. So download.jpg, modified date, and all other information about file. So this object is what we want to send to some backend to upload the file. So we'll access this and save it somewhere so that we can send to server. Okay, so selected file will be e.target.files and first file. So we these files will be array, so we access the first item in file. Yeah, so files, first item 0, and we need to save this somewhere so that we can access it later. So I'm used to PHP, so that kind of variable name, so I will save it this dot attachment equals to selected file. So this will be the data which we haven't created it. Let's create some data object, data method, and it should return object, basic view stuff, and we'll define attachment equals to null for now, and let's define form, which will be the new form data. So this is a JavaScript object, form data. So we construct our form data object, and then so if you don't understand this yet, don't worry, we'll deal with this in a moment. Okay, so user selects file, we get that file, and then we assign that to attachment. So that's it for here. And now second part. So when user hits submit, so on click we'll call upload file method. Let's create that. So when user hits submit, we want to send this form data, so we'll append this file to this form data. So let's do that. So this dot form dot append, so the name, whatever name we want to give it, so this will be accessible in backend. So image, I will give image, or you can give whatever you want, so I will give pic, and we need to assign this to this dot attachment. So we can call append method on this form data. So you can see, you can search about this form data object in JavaScript, and so basically what we are doing is we are constructing the key value pair. So key will be pic, and this will be the data attachment, which is the file which we want to send. So one mistake you might be doing is you might test this by if form data got this pic or not by just console logging this form data. So that won't work because you cannot log this into console. So it is the file object, you cannot log, so you cannot see it here, but you can only see if that is correctly sent in your backend. Okay, next so now we'll send this to backends. For that we have axios installed, and we'll send post request to, let's say, URL upload and then we'll send this start form, because this form object got everything we got. So this dot form is accessing this. So we have already modified this form object here. We appended peak to this attachment, and then response. Alright, so let's create this upload route. Let's open up web.php and I will create it here. You can also give request class, request. Okay, so our route is also set. Let's go to file upload. So one more thing you need to do is so you need to set the axios header to multi-part form data. So that will say it is the form we are sending file. So basically in PHP you do inside your form like ink type, okay, multi-part form data like this. You do this on your form and you send to backend, but here we don't have that, so we need to set it inside axios. So let's make a config. Okay, so we created config and we set headers to content type multi-part form data, and we need to specify config here. So this will be URL and then data which we want to pass and config, and here we'll catch that uploaded file equals to request, and the name will be peak. So remember we are sending this peak attachment, so that will be the key value there. So this will be the uploaded file. We can return its whatever we do with file object, uploaded file. So we can call extension. Okay, now let's try. Let's upload this file, submit it. We got 200 success. Network tab, upload. Yeah, so the file extension JPEG. So that is the front end part, sending file object to backend. So in backend you can handle normally how you would handle the file uploads. Okay, so we have file. We can for now just we'll store this somewhere. So store sample, I'll call it dummy. Okay, we'll store inside dummy folder. So this is Laravel store. So it is configured inside config file system. Here you have what is that? So default driver is local. Let's see what's inside local. So storage path app, so it will store inside storage app. So here it will make a dummy folder and it will store that inside. So if you want to use public driver, it will just store inside public, and it can be accessible that way. So you can go that way, or you can define file system driver. I will define it to inside .env, and sec. So that is not available there. So we'll create one variable naming that, and I'll use public driver. That way it will be publicly accessible. So you can see documentation for storage in Laravel. So yeah, we'll cover that. So we'll send status success. For now that should be okay. So if you wish, you can store that inside your database. So So it will return a random, sorry, it will return a file name. So store will just store this inside folder and return the name of file Laravel will generate. So you have option to put custom file name, and you can save it somewhere wherever you want. So in your photo, if you have model, then create and file name. So I have no table for now. I'll just store it. I'll not save it on database so that we can later access this file. Okay, so currently we are just checking. Let's go and refresh. Let's upload this pick one. So currently let's check inside storage folder, public, we have nothing. Now let's upload this pick one and submit. Everything looks okay. Network, it says success. Let's see inside. Yeah, so inside public we got dummy, and inside there we have the file which we uploaded. That's cool. So as you can see, it generated this random file name. So you can also supply store as method and supply file name. So yeah, currently so in this video we have we focus on the Vuejs part, how we can send file object to backend. Okay, now let's tackle how we can select how we can pass the multiple files. So for example, if we can, so currently we can select multiple files. See, yeah. So let's handle how we can upload the multiple files to backend. So let's go to our file upload component, and here so this is for single file. So for multiple files we will loop through each and assign that to attachment. So currently it will be the empty array, and so we will not choose the first one. So this is the case for single file upload. So there will be multiple files, and we'll loop through selected files. And yeah, you can check like this. If there is no file, you can just not process further. So if not selected files dot length, you can just return false. So if there are no files, in that case you can do that. So I will just loop through it for I equals to 0 and I less than selected files dot length, and I will keep increasing. Okay, and now we'll push that to this attachments. Files will push each. Okay, so now let's refresh and see. Okay, we got 2 files just like we want. Alright, so also make sure there is multiple so that it will allow you to select multiple files. Okay, so now our attachments array got all objects required, and now if someone hits upload file, we'll change it here. So we can do pick, or yeah, you can give whatever name, but this array this format is important. So we will assign all the attachments there and we'll send it like normal. And in backend, let's open this side by side. Okay, so in backend we'll loop through this picks. There we go, picks uploaded files. So we'll loop through each of the files, and for each uploaded files, so you can perform anything you want here. So we will clear this dummy folder to see if it is uploading all images or not. Okay, inside here we are appending two pics, but this time we want to loop through all attachments and append each of them. So now we are attaching these two pics. Now we should be good to go, and in backend we are handling the code properly. Okay, currently we have no files inside dummy folder. Now let's try uploading these two files. Select these two, submit. Looks good. Success. Let's see inside folder. Yeah, we got these two files which we uploaded. There we go. So currently you see here after submitting, it is not doing, it is still saying 3 files. What you can do is you can make that value 0. Let's go to file upload. Okay, here after field change, after selecting, after hitting submit, so if there is successful response, we'll document dot get element by id, and let's give it id. Upload file dot value. You can put it here or you can put it here. Okay, so yeah, so we got all files stored. Alright, so this is about uploading files, multiple files in Vuejs with Laravel. So let me just go through quick recap of what we did. We just constructed a form with multiple, and on any field, any images select field change, we are calling this method, and in that method what we are doing is we are getting all the files which user selected and looping through each and making an array out of it. And after that, once user hits submit, what we are doing is we are appending all those attachments to this form data object, and we are passing that form data to our backend to upload the file. So this is the simple file upload with Vuejs. So in future we might add some more features, but there are already some plugins. You can use them for multiple file uploads. Okay, so if you have any questions, you can ask that on comment section or on Facebook. So just search for Web Mathematics on Facebook. So if you find this helpful, please consider subscribing and giving it thumbs up. So I will see you in the next video. Bye.